Good evening and welcome to Falcon Update live on MC77. I'm Brian Schermeyer.
And I'm Nolan Hogenboom. Messiah's students were up bright and early on Thursday morning to secure a ticket for one of Messiah's biggest events. JoJo King has more information on the upcoming International Gala.
Every year, students line up in the Eisenhower Campus Center to buy tickets for the International Gala, one of the biggest Messiah College events of the year. Students start lining up around 6 a.m. and by the end of the line, there are no tickets left to sell.
The International Banquet is just such a celebration of different cultures and different people from all around the world, and there's so much joy that fills the room, so I just wanted to be in that atmosphere again.
It is an event that brings together people from everywhere to celebrate their legacy.
Oh, I think it's one of the best events of the year. I mean, the people that perform are always amazing, and the food is unparalleled.
Everyone has a different reason for coming, including scholarship opportunities.
So I have the Flower Scholarships, and I think it's very interesting, like all of the diverse, different cultures that are going to be there, so I think that's really interesting.
While all students enjoy the event, the gala hits a little closer to home for Messiah's international population.
I'm excited for the performances, the food. I'm excited to see what this event has. I think being away from home, it's hard, and so being around internationals will be a good time to just rejuvenate.
The International Gala will take place on Saturday, April 6th from 5 to 9:30 p.m. right here in Brubaker Auditorium, and every seat is estimated to be filled. Reporting for MC77, I'm JoJo King.
Thank you, JoJo. We're back with another Falcon on the Street, the segment where we go around and ask Messiah students random questions. We wanted to unwrap the inner prankster for people for April Fool's Day today. We go to JC to hear what students had to say.
If you didn't already know, it's April Fool's Day, so we're going around campus asking Messiah students if they could prank any celebrity for April Fool's Day. Who would they prank, and what prank would they do? Let's go see what they say.
It would have to be Chris Hemsworth, and I would send him an eye patch from Infinity War, so chilling on his eye, maybe even a fake eyeball, something fun like that.
So I would shave Donald Trump's head because the world would love it. That's what I would do.
I would send Tom Holland one of those incendiary cards that says, "I don't feel so good," and then it would just erupt into flames and disappear.
If I could prank any celebrity for April Fool's Day, I would send Tom Hanks a Buzz Lightyear toy.
I think I would prank Jennifer Aniston by sending her like 5,000 pounds of Pantene products because it's a rival of Aveeno and I see her on those commercials all the time.
Well, I would convince Steve Harvey that he won an Oscar and then immediately take it back because it was a mistake.
Okay, so I've got this prank I pulled on several people where basically you take their underwear and you freeze it solid. You dip it in water and then stick it in the freezer so that it just freezes solid. And anyone I could choose, I would definitely choose Gandhi. Just because I'd be very curious to see what he'd do. Just to see that reaction, I would be very curious.
I'm a little upset that no one has pranked me because I'm a celebrity. Just kidding, don't. But if you have any celebrities that you would like to prank, leave a comment on our social media pages. Back to you guys.
Thanks, JC. Moving on to sports, softball played 2 games at Lebanon Valley on Tuesday. After losing the first game 4-0, Messiah put on a good offensive display with 4 runs in the 5th inning to take the lead. But the Dutchmen rallied in the bottom of the 7th to defeat the Falcons 6-5.
The men's tennis team went on the road Wednesday to take on the Juniata Eagles. Alex Mancevich and Bryson Bogter defeated their opponents in doubles action. Mancevich managed another win in singles play. Despite these victories, the Falcons fell to the Eagles 7-2.
We'll have more sports when we get back. Stay tuned.
In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music just like other families do over sports, camping, or other interests. And we talked. Little everyday conversations from silly to serious that built a foundation over time. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic.
Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life. And I was so grateful that you and Mom had become these sober, stable people who were always there for me.
I wanted you to know from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs, whether it's music or anything else. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
Talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Hiya! Queen of All Knowledge here, reminding you, creeps out there on the internet hack, scam, and trick savvy cyber users every day. But we can fight back. It's as easy as IC3. If you're a victim of online crime, don't give up. Visit IC3, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. Your tips help the FBI track down cyber criminals around the world. Report your crime to www.ic3.gov today.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Baseball hosted Hood on Tuesday in MAC Commonwealth action. In the top of the first inning, 1 on and 2 outs, Hood's Dan Shepard hits an RBI single to center field, putting the Blazers up 1-0 early in the action. Into the 5th inning now, the Falcons trail 5-0. And the wild pitch brings home another Hood runner, putting them up 6-0 over the Falcons. In the bottom of the 7th inning now, Casey Karras grounds out to first, but he brings home Josh Hainer. Messiah would fail to bring in any more runs and fall 6-1. The Falcons will be back on the diamond on Wednesday at Gettysburg.
And we got baseball at Lebanon Valley on Friday. Messiah is going to be getting out to a good start here with Tyler Culver's double. Staying back on the base there, and now Ryan Henschel will bunt. And here's the throw, but over first base it goes, and Culver comes home. Messiah now up 1-0. Here in the top of the 6th, we got 2 men on base. Henschel singles again to bring them both home, making it Messiah 3-zip. Unfortunately, the Dutchman would come back in the 7th and 8th, and Messiah drops this one 3-4.
We go to Gettysburg now, where the struggling baseball team looks to get back in the win column against the Bullets. Top of the 4th inning we go. Messiah leading 7-2. Trent Culver hits a line drive into left center field for a double. Sprinting around the bases and beating the throw. Next batter now, Jared Bingaman, is hit by the pitch, and he advances to first base. Tough one there for Bingaman. And here we see Trent Culver stealing third and beating the throw with his slide, giving Messiah runners on the corners. Later in the inning, 2 on, 1 out, Billy Davis grounds out to first but drives in the RBI. Messiah is unable to hold the lead and falls 13-8. The Falcons host Dickinson on Thursday.
The number 10 ranked Catholic University Cardinals traveled to Messiah on Wednesday for a match where they took the lead early. Here McKenna Edwards gets her 11th goal of the season to bring the Falcons within 4. But then right as the second half starts, the Cardinals' Holly Regan scores unassisted, and this sparks a run of 3 unanswered goals for the Cardinals. Late in the game here, time running out, the Falcons keep scoring, but the Cardinals keep answering with a final score, unfortunately, of Catholic 13, Messiah 6. This brought Messiah to 1-8 on the season.
The women's lacrosse team played their last non-conference game against the William Smith Herons on Saturday. Goals from Abby Howard, McKenna Edwards, and Natalie Hoff gave the Falcons an early 3-1 lead in the first 15 minutes of the game. However, the Herons sat on a 1-point lead going into the halftime break. The Herons outscored the Falcons in the second half, giving them a 9-5 victory over the Falcons. The women's team will be back on the field Wednesday when they host the Widener Pride in their second MAC Commonwealth game of the season.
Men's lacrosse put on an offensive clinic against Alvernia on Saturday, winning 23-12 as 10 different Falcons scored goals. Senior Dylan Gillisey and junior Garrett Amsbaugh combined for 11. With this win, Messiah's highest scoring game since 2012, the Falcons are atop the MAC Commonwealth with a 2-0 conference record, and they're 5-4 overall.
We will have more when we get back. Don't go anywhere.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. Men's lacrosse hosted the Lycoming Warriors on Wednesday. And here, just 5 minutes into the match, we're going to see Hunter Bellows tallying his first goal of the day for the Falcons. He would go on to have many more. Now, with 5 minutes left in the second quarter, Messiah is up 4-0. He gets a hat trick to make it 5-0 Falcons. In the third quarter, here's Bellows again, a spectacular sixth goal of the day to give Messiah a 10-3 lead. And then 9 minutes left in the final quarter, 11-5 Messiah. Hey, make that 12 as Corey Hurst finds the back of the net to give the Falcons the win. And this game brought Messiah to 4-4 overall.
The men's volleyball team took on the number 6 ranked Stevenson Mustangs on Wednesday, with the Falcons leading 6-5 early on here in Game 1. Marshall Nixon is set to serve. He gets it across the net where Stevenson is able to send it back across, and it's blocked by the Falcons and put away over the block by Ian Parzizik. Into the second game now, looking to come back from a Game 1 loss. Brad Nace sets it to Matt Nabb, who gets the roll just over the block in front of the back row for the kill. Later in the set, Messiah trailing by 6. A lot of back and forth action going down here as Noah Schreiner gets the first hit. Stevenson collects a nice dig and gets it back across. And Matt Nabb is then blocked, set by Nace, and Parzizik in the back row beats the block and gets the kill. To Game 3 now, Messiah trailing by 7. Stevenson serves to Caleb Weaver, and Nace pulls a bit of trickery, tipping the ball over the net for the kill. The Falcons put up a fight but were swept in 3 sets. They will be back in action on Saturday at Alvernia.
Men's volleyball kept it close against Alvernia on Saturday, trading sets back and forth. Unfortunately, Matt Knapp's career-high 26 kills weren't enough to stop the Golden Wolves from claiming the match. This brought Messiah's record to 7-4 in conference and 16-9 overall.
Messiah took on Eastern in their second match of the day. The teams went back and forth in the scoring columns in all 3 games, but Messiah ultimately took the victory in straight sets. Noah Schreiner led the Falcons with 11 kills in the match, including 8 in the first set, while Brad Nace led the way with 35 assists in the game. The Falcons advanced to 17-9 on the season. They will be back at home on Wednesday against Arcadia University.
Messiah baseball took on Dickinson College on Thursday after the game was delayed from Tuesday. The Falcons took an early 1-0 lead when Kyle Wickenheiser hit an RBI single. That would be the lone score of the day for the Falcons, as the Red Devils would score 16 unanswered and win 16-1. The Falcons fall to 5-11 on the season and would travel to play Lebanon Valley on Friday.
We go now to York, where the Falcons softball team took on the Spartans on Thursday. Messiah leading here 2-0 in the top of the second inning when Carly Stocksdale launches one into deep center field. She sprints around the bases for a triple. Later on in the inning here, Falcons still leading 2-0. She hits one into deep right field, driving Stocksdale home for a 3-0 lead. We go now to the bottom of the second. York is at bat with 2 outs, and Madeline Yannetti strikes the Spartan out, ending the inning. Messiah would go on to win this one 4-2. They would play York in the second game of the doubleheader later in the afternoon. Game 2 now in the softball doubleheader against York. Samantha Fouracre is at bat. Game is tied at 0. She gets a blooper down the left field line, but it's an RBI double, giving the Falcons the 1-0 lead. Later in the inning, Amanda Peterson is at bat. She bunts it down the first base line. The throw home is good to get out the runner, but then Peterson gets caught in a rundown between first and second base. This gives Aaron Cressman the opportunity to run home and give the Falcons a 2-0 lead. That lead, unfortunately, would not be enough, as the Spartans would rally by way of this double to tie and eventually win 4-2. Messiah falls to 9-11 on the season and would take on Alvernia on Saturday.
After losing the first game of a doubleheader against Lebanon Valley on Saturday, Messiah rallied in the second game, scoring 9 runs in the first 2 innings and eventually winning 15-4, thanks in part to Sam Stewart's 8 RBIs, including a 3-run homer. This gave the Falcons their first conference win of the season, and they moved to 6-13 overall.
To Alvernia we go now for Game 1 of the softball doubleheader on Saturday. Top of the first inning, and Haley Anders steals second and beats the throw from the catcher. And only a few pitches later, preseason All-American Aaron Cressman brings her home by way of a dinger down center field. Her teammates come out of the dugout to swarm her as she crosses home plate, putting the Falcons up 2-0 early. Later in the game now, the Falcons are in comeback mode. Kara Birasak hits it deep into center field, bringing home Jalen Harbold and Mackenzie Tebbs to bring the score within 2. The Falcons were unable to rally the whole way back and fall 7-6 on the road.
In Game 2 against Alvernia on Saturday, Messiah softball started off strong. Aaron Cressman hit an RBI single in the first inning. In the fourth inning, Sam Fouracre and Kara Birasak each got on base with a single and double respectively. Rihanna Trexler reached first base on a fielding error and then second on a throwing error, which brought home Jordan Bailey, who pinch ran for Fouracre and Birasak, giving the Falcons a 3-0 lead. That was all the Falcons would score, though, as the Golden Wolves came back and would sweep the doubleheader, winning 4-3. Messiah drops to 9-13 on the season and will play next at Gettysburg on Tuesday.
After their loss to Juniata on Wednesday, the men's tennis team matched up against the Alvernia Golden Wolves Sunday afternoon. In doubles play, Jared Snader and AJ Swanson swept their opponents 8-0. 2 other pairs defeated their opponents at 8-1. Singles action was strong as well. The Falcons' effort didn't go unnoticed, and they swept the Golden Wolves 9-0. With this win, they moved to 2-7 on the season. The Falcons will travel to Eastern University on Tuesday for their next match.
We will have campus calendar and de-stress when we come back. Stay tuned.
I was diagnosed at 65.
37, earlier than most.
Every 9 minutes, someone is diagnosed with Parkinson's disease.
And every one of them can turn to the American Parkinson Disease Association.
Visit apdaparkinson.org to learn more and show your support today.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Time for this week's campus calendar. Everything you need to know about what's coming up for these next few days on campus. Starting on Monday, April 1st and running until April 18th is the Senior Art Show. This is the final work from senior students in the studio art programs, and it will take place in Kleimanhaga in the Augenbaugh Art Gallery. On Wednesday, April 3rd, the African Student Union and Multicultural Council are teaming up to present a panel discussion and group activity called A Conversation on Colorism and Skin Bleaching. The panel will be held in Boyer 131 from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Cost is free for all students. Also on Wednesday, April 3rd, the Order of the Falcon is hosting a panel discussion called Gaming for Growth. All are encouraged to attend regardless of gaming experience. The event will be held in Parmer Cinema from 7 to 8:30 p.m. The cost is free for all students. On Thursday, April 4th and Friday, April 5th, the Asian Student Association is hosting a henna night. This event will give students henna design for the International Gala coming up, or for anyone interested. The event is located in the Larson Student Union from 5 to 6 p.m. on Thursday and 5 to 7 p.m. on Friday. The cost is $1 per hand. The funds raised through this event will be donated to a women-associated charity. This week, starting on Thursday, April 4th, and running until Sunday, April 7th, the Messiah College Theater and Dance Department is bringing to you Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Join Alice in her search for the Queen of Hearts and meet the curious creatures and peculiar people she encounters along the way. Children of all ages and adults alike will be entranced by the retelling of the classic tale. Tickets are $10 for adults, $7 for students with IDs, and the same price for youth under 18 years of age, or seniors over 60. Tickets are also buy one, get one free for opening night, so if you're looking to bring a friend along with you, go ahead and purchase your tickets online at www.messiah.edu/tickets or by phone at 717-691-6036. Showtimes will be at 7 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday and 3 p.m. on Sunday. On April 5th and April 6th, Lost Films will be showing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Miles Morales is a New York teen struggling with school, friends, and on top of that, being the new Spider-Man. When he comes across Peter Parker, the former savior of New York, in the multiverse, Miles must train to become the new protector of his city. The winner of the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature film takes the comic book world to new heights, with animation like no other. Showtimes are Friday at 6 and 9 p.m. and Saturday at 3, 6, and 9 p.m. That's all for this week's campus calendar. I'm Curtis Seaman.
With only 6 weeks left in the semester, deadlines are starting to loom over our heads. To help any stress you may feel, here are some new activities. Don't forget to check out this column at the Pulse online if you missed something on our list. You can visit pulse.messiah.edu to find previous articles and suggestions. If you like World War II, then pick up The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. Told from the perspective of death, this book takes place in Germany during the Second World War. The story follows Liesel, a young girl living with her foster parents while a war rages around her. The only thing that helps is a little book that she stole from a graveyard. Taught to read by her foster father, Liesel finds herself reading everything she can get her hands on and opening her eyes to a world she's never known before. You probably know Ben Platt from playing Benji in Pitch Perfect and Evan Hansen on Dear Evan Hansen, but did you know that he has an album? One of his pre-release downloads, Grow As We Go, talks about a relationship as both parties grow over the years. With all the changes of life, Platt's lyrics ask his partner to consider growing together instead of breaking up. The soft melody and thoughtful lyrics are sure to put your mind at ease. Living in New York City can be hard when you're in your 20s, but working at a women's magazine can be even harder. The bold type follows best friends Jane Sloan, Kat Edison, and Sutton Brady and their careers at Scarlet Magazine. Faced with tough personal decisions, challenging job requirements, and tricky romantic lives, these women demonstrate what it's like to be empowered women in the modern day. Content warning for strong language and mature content. Bend and snap! Elle Woods is a fashion merchandising major and the president of a sorority. When her boyfriend breaks up with her for a more serious girlfriend at Harvard Law, she decides to prove that she's more than just a pretty face. At Harvard Law, Elle proves that blondes can be both brains and beauty by becoming one of the smartest students on campus. If you enjoy being creative in the moment, grab your camera and a friend for a quick photo shoot. Whether you decide to do this photo shoot indoors or outdoors, try being creative with angles, props, and lighting. Grab random items from your room and see how you can work it to make it look cool. Need a fun background? See what happens when you crawl into a bush and use it as a backdrop. The most important thing is to have fun with trying something new. That's all for this week's Daily De-Stressors. I'm Charmaine Lim.
Thank you, Curtis and Charmaine. That is all for this week's show. Be sure to tune in to MC Live coming up next.
For Brian Schurmeyer, Curtis Seaman, and Charmaine Lim, I'm Nolan Hogenboom. Have a great night.
a big responsibility.
Oh, it's huge. I know, it's huge.
And the salary.
Oh my god, yes. I mean,
Right?
like, I was about to move in with my parents, and right before, so this saved me.
I really believe in you, you know?
Thank you. It's nice to hear that from someone.
These are cool. Did you, what did you?
In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music just like other families do over sports, camping, or other interests. And we talked. Little everyday conversations from silly to serious that built a foundation over time. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic.
Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life. And I was so grateful that you and Mom had become these sober, stable people who were always there for me.
I wanted you to know from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs, whether it's music or anything else. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
Talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hi there. You might wonder what a famous Hollywood celebrity like me is doing reading in the dark. Is this some new sort of Hollywood method acting? No. This is quite real.
Did you know that Americans use about 4 times as much energy per year as the global average? We waste energy left and right despite the fact that the dirty fossil fuels we use to power our energy sources wreak havoc on the natural world and destroys valuable wildlife habitats.
By reading with my solar-powered night vision goggles, I'm saving energy and looking sleek.
You don't have to sit in the dark like Ed Begley Jr. to save the world. Fight climate change by speaking up for cleaner, smarter energy, including rooftop solar.
Oh, that's way better. Oh.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
I'm Lily. I am a junior, and I am a broadcasting and media production major at Messiah College. I chose to be a broadcasting and media production major because as a little girl, I dreamt of being a TV anchor. There are so many opportunities you can have as a broadcasting major. Messiah is really unique in the fact that we have our own TV station, and it's student-led, so each week we have Falcon Update, which is a half hour, and then we have MC Live, which is a half hour as well. My favorite part is just being in the hustle and bustle of everything, and I'm really excited to just be creative when I'm putting together news packages or shooting other stories, just really getting every element of storytelling in my work. So we have a lot of faith-based projects. Right now we're working on one, it's called Faith Sides for multimedia storytelling. In pairs we're interviewing each other for 2 minutes about some aspect of faith. A lot of students from our major either intern at ABC77 or WGAL. I shadowed one of my professors at a Hershey Bears game. The Bears are a local AHL hockey team, and through that experience I developed connections, and eventually I got a job there. So I run the Crossfire machine and the LEDs on game days. My freshman year at Messiah, when I first came, I knew absolutely nothing about broadcasting or media, and now I feel confident that I can go work at a TV news station.
Hey, ready to go?
I sure am. My sleep has been great ever since I started treatment for sleep apnea.
Well, nearly 30 million adults have it, including me.
Now, let me guess. It was your snoring that gave it away?
Oh, yes, it was. And intense snoring is one of the classic signs.
Other signs include gasping for breath during sleep and daytime sleepiness. If untreated, the risk of heart disease and stroke increases.
I didn't know that, but I'm glad to hear the treatment can help.
Certainly can. To learn more about the warning signs, visit defendsleep.com.
Good to MC Live here on MC77. I'm Allie Hufford.
And I'm Abby LaBianca. We've got a great show for you tonight. A few members of Footprint's hip hop team will be here to perform a few of their dances and tell us a little more about themselves.
Then Mary Roberts and Jacob Film will be here to play a few songs for us. You won't want to miss this. We'll be right back after the break.
Forests bring people together, feed the soul, and improve our well-being, cleaning the water we need, the air we breathe, and making our climate livable. Fires and natural disasters devastate our forests each year. That's why the Arbor Day Foundation is working to replant millions of trees across the country. Visit arborday.org and see how you can help.
Welcome back to MC Live here on MC77, where we're joined by President Rachel Hafner and Vice President Jemmy Louie from Footprint's hip hop team. Thank you so much for joining me here.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, absolutely.
So my first question is, how long have you guys been dancing with Footprints?
I started my freshman year, so this will be my 4th year with Footprints. I started my freshman year and it'll be my 3rd year.
Did you dance before this?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So what is Footprints, if you could describe it in like a sentence or two?
We are a non-experienced necessary hip-hop group. So we teach everybody the basics and then all the way through the year, and we perform at the very spring. And we're like a side group from Acclamation, but we have our own concert and we do our own leadership and have our own little thing going on. Yeah, I mean, if I might add anything, we really want to encourage people to just come and have fun. That's mainly what we want to do, and we want to kind of promote that community and have a lot of fun together. That's really the main part.
Yeah. Alrighty. So how would you say hip hop is a form of worship?
All right, pass the mic back to me. I would definitely say you can worship through any style of dance, and hip hop is just the one that we chose to do. To me, this is more fun because you get to show a lot more power. I mean, not saying that, of course, like ballet takes a lot of power and too, but this is just a way to, I don't know, it's more freeing for me personally. It's what I can do more. I'm not as technical for the traditional dance style, so this is still a way for me to be able to worship God through dance, just in a style that works for me.
How could people get involved if they were interested in joining?
Wow. We meet every Tuesday and Thursday from 9:15 to 10:30 in the Whitmer basement. So just come on down and join us and dance around and have a good time.
Yeah, no obligations. So it's just if you want to come and have fun.
So beginners can come?
Oh yes.
That's great. Might come myself. So can you tell me what kind of events you guys have coming up?
Yeah, well, we have our show next Friday, April 12th at 7:30. Tickets are on sale already. You can get them at the ticket office or online, and that is our biggest show of the year for the spring.
Alrighty. Well, if you guys are ready, you can just take it away.
Thank you.
So many haters, knowing I'm they father like my name is Dark Feature. I can get you hemmed up while I'm being tailored. Then I slide off to the side like a faker. Homie, I'm the president, governor, and mayor. I control everything like a dictator. Get you biz marked up, turn you into vapors. If you got a problem, get you swallowed like a chaser. Model on my arm, no homie, I don't have to pay her. All I have to do is tell her where I want to take her. Catch us out in Italy, then we in Jamaica. Caught up in the rapture, like Anita Baker. When I roll up on you, it's like a skater. Move if you wanna when you see that red laser. No matter how you move, bet that infrared will chase ya. Then I keep it moving, homie, see you later. Memphis! Move if you wanna, if you wanna, if you wanna move, move if you wanna, if you wanna, if you wanna move, move if you wanna, if you wanna, if you wanna move.
And we have it. I just love how they dance with so much joy in their faces. That was super awesome, guys. Thank you so much for coming and performing with us. When we come back, we will have Mary Roberts and Jacob Film performing, so do not go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.
In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music just like other families do over sports, camping, or other interests. And we talked. Little everyday conversations from silly to serious that built a foundation over time. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic.
Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life. And I was so grateful that you and Mom had become these sober, stable people who were always there for me.
I wanted you to know from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs, whether it's music or anything else. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
Talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Hiya! Queen of All Knowledge here, reminding you, creeps out there on the internet hack, scam, and trick savvy cyber users every day, but we can fight back. It's as easy as IC3. If you're a victim of online crime, don't give up. Visit IC3, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. Your tips help the FBI track down cyber criminals around the world. Report your crime to www.ic3.gov today.
There's something about the forest. Hiking through the woods, looking up to the treetops. Pitching a tent under the stars. Rising at dawn to chase a brook trout. Forests bring people together. Feed the soul and improve our well-being. Cleaning the air we breathe, the water we need, making our climate livable. Now more than ever, forests matter. We need them. They need us. Fires and natural disasters devastate our forests each year. That's why the Arbor Day Foundation is working to replant millions of trees across the country. Trees are one thing we can all agree on. The time to act is now, so that generations today and tomorrow can continue to depend on our forests. The forest needs us. Visit arborday.org and see how you can help.
Hey, ready to go? I sure am. My sleep has been great ever since I started treatment for sleep apnea.
Well, nearly 30 million adults have it, including me.
Now, let me guess. It was your snoring that gave it away?
Oh, yes, it was. And intense snoring is one of the classic signs.
Other signs include gasping for breath during sleep and daytime sleepiness. If untreated, the risk of heart disease and stroke increases.
I didn't know that, but I'm glad to hear the treatment can help.
Certainly can. To learn more about the warning signs, visit defendsleep.com.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Even in the hustle and noise of this modern world, we feel the pull of the forest. To walk under the canopy and feel transformed. National forests are essential to life. Majestic and grand, they clean our air, supply drinking water to millions, and provide homes to countless wildlife. They fuel our imaginations, inspiring us to think big, and now's the time to do just that. Fires and natural disasters devastate our forests each year. That's why we're replanting millions of new trees across the country. The Arbor Day Foundation needs your help. We've heard the call of the wild and we've answered. Scientists, foresters, volunteers, and members, together we can preserve and protect our heritage and legacy. We must act now so that the generations of today and tomorrow can continue to depend on our forests. Visit arborday.org. See how you can help.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
We're back here on MC77 with seniors Mary Roberts and Jacob Film. How you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Good. Thank you so much for coming. What songs will you guys be singing for us?
We're going to be playing, it's a kind of combination of two worship songs called Your Glory and Nothing But the Blood, as well as from this valley by the civil wars.
Awesome. Well, the floor is yours. Take it away.
My life is yours. My hope is in you only. My heart you hold. 'Cause you made this sinner holy. Your glory is so beautiful.
folks. Ready?
strong wind that will float beneath her wings like a voice longs for melody. Oh, Jesus, carry you take me, oh, from this valley to that mountain high above. Oh, I will pray, pray, pray till I see your smiling face. I will pray, pray, pray when I love. Oh, I will pray, pray, pray till I see your smiling face. I will pray, pray, pray to the one I love.
Oh my gosh, guys, that was so good. Thank you so much. So how long have the two of you been performing together?
Yeah, not really that long. We actually got connected through like collab worship because we do that together, and then thought it would be fun to do a coffee house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, how long have you each been performing separately then?
Well, I'm a music major, so I've been performing since I was about 10 years old. But
Yeah, I'm an engineering major, so I've never, no. I started performing probably like 3 years ago. I'd wanted to try a coffee house at some point and did it, and it was a lot of fun. So
That's really cool. Yeah. And what would you guys say is one thing that music has done for you?
I would say that music has really allowed me to express myself in ways that I can't really do because, believe it or not, I'm an introvert. So getting up on stage and performing for people is a great way for me to kind of let go of whatever's going on, and
yeah, just to echo that, like I don't always feel super comfortable, like, you know, just talking to anyone that I haven't met before, and so like music for me is a way to kind of put myself out, like in a song and just really like connect to people through that. And I think it's meaningful when people can connect over like a similar theme with something you've gone through that you can put in a song. So just like expressing yourself like that, yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys hope to continue playing together in the future?
Sure, yeah. I mean, we both graduate like in a month
Yeah,
and a
I
half.
guess
So
that makes sense, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and then what has been your favorite musical experience?
Definitely performing together for Coffee House.
Yeah, there was, so like the From This Valley song, that's the one we did for Coffee House. And there's that one part where the guitar is cut out, and on the like end of that verse, there's this really like tension-filled moment, and then you kind of like blend up into the harmony, and that was so much fun just seeing people like, oh!
Yeah.
It was such a cool moment, yeah.
That's awesome, yeah. Well, thank you guys
Yeah.
so much. A big thank you to you guys. And thank you to the Footprints team as well for joining us tonight. We hope that you enjoyed the show. Be sure to tune in next Monday for Falcon Update at 7, or check out our YouTube channel for more campus news, interviews, and musical performances. Have a great night.
Our son Arjun was born with cystic fibrosis. CF is a genetic disease that shortens lives. The CF Foundation has made amazing progress, but until a cure is found for all people with CF, we will not stop. Help us add tomorrows. Visit cff.org today.
Time for this week's campus calendar. Everything you need to know about what's coming up for these next few days on campus. Starting on Monday, April 1st and running until April 18th is the Senior Art Show. This is the final work from senior students